Hello, welcome to the Rich Workshop, welcome to my YouTube channel, and welcome to the fourth episode of the mini-series about the 5 special edition sets of Neocolor II that Caran released a couple of weeks ago to mark the 50 years of Neocolor II. We have already had an in-depth look, a deep dive into the pop set, the portrait set, the dark set, and today we will have a deep dive into the Lush set. Here you see it. I show it to you now on my web app where you can visualize palettes, and for a few seconds you're gonna see that this set has a broad range of values from very dark to very light. Now we start with the swatches. Here we go. We see the Prussian blue. Prussian blue becomes almost like the color of the fountain pen ink. Very nice. Lilac. When it's activated, it becomes brighter and more vibrant. Dark green has, when you activate it, it turns a bit more towards bluish green. Then Skagen blue, chrysoprase Skagen blue, yeah, the blue part comes out a little bit more. Chrysoprase green almost fades when activated. Veronese green still retains a nice and strong color. Grass green as well. It becomes a bit more yellowish, I find, when activated. And also the Aucuba green. It's quite similar to the olive green when activated, but a bit more golden. The light olive, in my opinion, is a bit more pale. And then the Chinese green, it remains a very neon-like color. Now let's have a look at the Lightfastness ratings for these colors. 3 stars means excellent, 2 stars means very good, and 1 star means good. So the Prussian blue has 3 stars, the lilac has 1 star, dark green 3 stars, Skagen blue 2, chrysoprase green 3, Veronese green also 3, grass green 3, Aucuba green 3, light olive 2, Chinese green 3 stars. So most of the colors have 3 stars, with the exception of olive, light olive and Skagen blue that have 2, and lilac 1. And the special edition colors, Aucuba green, chrysoprase green 3 stars, and Skagen blue 2 stars. So the Lightfastness is, I would say, very good for this set. The next part is to look at the potential overlap with the other, with the standard Neocolor sets. And to do so, I computed a score for each of the sets. The higher the score, the higher the potential overlap, so to say. And I computed this score by counting the filled dots in the chart. Pop had 18, the pop set, the portrait set 15, and the dark set 13. Now for the Lush set, let's see which score do we get. So we have 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, 13, 14. So the score is 14, just a little bit higher than the dark set. We see here the standard colors. We have 3 colors that are already in the 30 color set, then 2 colors that are in the 40 and the 84, dark green and grass green, and then 1, 2, the Veronese green and the Chinese green. These are the only 2 colors that you can find only in the 84 set. Now, next part is to have a closer look at the 3 special edition colors, and for each of these 3 exclusive colors, what are the 3 closest colors in the standard Neocolor range of 84 colors. We start with here with the Skagen Blue. So Skagen Blue, the closest color at the first place, we have the gray, where the delta E, the distance in the LAB color space, is 13.8. Then second place, dark gray, distance 17.2, and third place, malachite green, distance 17.9. So here, if you see, the gray has, I think it has the same value, it's just the hue is different. The Skagen Blue is bluer. With the dark gray, then the dark gray is a bit darker. And for the malachite green, here I think actually the hue is the same. It's just the Skagen Blue is a bit lighter and a bit less saturated maybe. Let's go, if I first wet the Skagen Blue and then I wet, oops, yeah, it's a bit contaminated, sorry. I wet the gray, then the dark gray. You see it's darker and a bit more warmer as a gray, I would say, than the gray. And the malachite green, when you activate it, it's completely it's quite different. It's very staining, very intense color, and it is much bluer. Let's see what happens if I mix a bit of gray with just a tiny bit of malachite green, and maybe then a bit of this dark gray. No, it's too greenish. We don't come so close to the Skagen Blue. Then chrysoprase green. The closest one is jade green with delta E 14.4. Then we have turquoise green with delta E 15.3. And then we have Veronese green with delta E 18.4. Let's see when we activate them. So the chrysoprase green, when activated, is really weak fading color. Jade green is more yellow and has more intense color. Turquoise green, the bluish part here comes out a little bit more, and then the Veronese green is more saturated, I would say, more intense. Oh. And now I want to see if by mixing a bit of turquoise green with a bit of jade green, I get something in the wet state. Yeah, that is kind of close to the chrysoprase green. I think so. Yes. Maybe a bit more jade green. Yeah, look. Great. Then we have Aucuba green. So for Aucuba green, the closest color in the 84 range is gold at delta E 16. Then we have moss green at delta E 16.9. You see moss green is a bit darker. Then we have a delta E, so it's a close runner-up. Then at delta E 20.2, chromium oxide green. So this is then a bit farther away. Gold, when wetted, it takes on a different hue than the Aucuba green, is much more, how would you say, much more yellowish, orangish. Moss green is interesting. The wet version actually looks like the dry version of the Aucuba green look. And then the chromium oxide green is more bluish. Let's see what happens if I mix a bit of the moss green with a bit of the gold, a bit more of the moss. Is it similar to Aucuba? Not really, because the Aucuba green has more this yellowish green hue that comes out when wetted. That's it for the Lush Set. If you have questions, you can leave a comment in the comment sections. Thanks for watching until the end, and I see you soon in the next video.